Today we're going to be teaching you about inequalities. Two things that you should learn during this lesson are that inequalities, let me just change that pen a little bit. Inequalities have more than one solution. And we use the symbols less than, greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to when we talk about inequalities. An inequality is a mathematical sentence that compares quantities. The definition of an inequality is, let's see if I can type it, if it'll work out okay typing it. Let me just make this a little smaller so that there'll be room. Okay, now I will type the definition. Okay, so the definition of an inequality is a mathematical sentence indicating, that two quantities are not equal. That's what it is. Okay, let me just change the font size just a little. And let me just put that in here for you in the definition. Let me change that font just one more time. There we go. Okay, so it's a mathematical sentence indicating that two quantities are not equal. The symbols that we use to indicate inequalities are greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. Those are the symbols that we use. An example that we might write would be, don't want to do that because that messes everything up, doesn't it? Okay, an example might be 6 plus x is greater than 13. A non-example would be 6x equals 18. That's not an inequality because it has an equal sign instead of one of the inequality symbols. Let's look at the real world example. Compare the following, Compare the following using less than or greater than. The score after 2 goals is blank the score after 3 goals. Well, the score after 2 goals is less than the score after 3 goals, right? Because 2 goals is less than 3 goals. So we would say less. The cost to download 10 songs is blank the cost to download 2. Well, 10 is more than 2, so it would cost more. The outside temperature in the summer is greater than the outside temperature in the winter. The height of a first grade student is less than the height of a 6th grade student. The time to eat lunch is less than the time to brush your teeth, or greater than, because you're supposed to brush your teeth right after lunch too, so we can say greater than. The way I remember less than and greater than is if your symbol points to the left, this way, if the point points to the left, think left less, the 2 L's. Okay, so I'm going to write that. Left is less. That will help you remember which way is which. Okay, go ahead and go to your next page, please. Okay, key concept. This is less than or fewer than. So 3 is less than 5. This means greater than. It also means more than. 8 is greater than 4. This means less than or equal to. The little line underneath means or equal to. So you say is less than or equal to, or at most. This means greater than or equal to, or is at least, meaning 12 is greater than or equal to 9. Inequalities can be solved by finding values of the variables that make the inequality true. So let's look at a couple examples. Of the numbers 6, 7, or 8, which one is a solution of the inequality f plus 2 is less than 9? So you take f and replace it with each of the numbers and you see what makes it true. If we put a 6 in for f, 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 is less than 9, so that is a true statement. If we put a 7 in there, 7 plus 2 is not less than 9, so this is not true. If we put an 8 in there, 8 plus 2 is 10, so that is not less than 9. 10 is greater than 9, so that is not true. The number 6 is the only value that makes a true statement, so 6 is a solution of the inequality. You try this one. Of the numbers 8, 9, or 10, which one is a solution of the inequality n minus 3 is greater than 6? Go ahead and answer your question right here and then check as soon as you're done. Well, looks like our buddy Icky has been thinking of us ever since the integer lesson. So let's see if he can also help us with the inequalities.
Hi there. Ever since our lesson on integers, I've been thinking of you and wanted to help you now with inequalities. The answer to number A, or letter A, is 10. 10 is the only number that makes this true. 10 minus 3 is 7, and 7 is greater than 6. So your only answer should have been 10.
Hopefully you also got 10 for your answer and ready to move on. Okay, since an inequality uses greater than and less than symbols, one variable inequalities have infinitely many solutions. That means that they can have any number of solutions. For example, any rational number greater than 4 will make this inequality true. X is greater than 4. So you could put a 5 here, a 6 here, a 7 here, an 8.5 here. Anything that is greater than 4 will make that true. Is the given value a solution of the inequality? So let's take a look. X plus 3 is greater than 9, and we say x is 4. If you put a 4 in here, does it make it true? 4 plus 3 is greater than 9. Well, 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 is not greater than 9, so that is not a solution. How about this one? 12 is less than or equal to 18 minus y, and y equals 6. If we put a 6 here, 18 minus 6 is 12. 12 is less than or equal to 12, so 12 does equal 12, so 12 is a solution. This stuff's pretty easy, isn't it? Let's look at number 4. 17 is greater than or equal to 11 plus x, and x is 8. So 17 is greater than or equal to 11 plus x. We've written the inequality. Now replace x with the 8. Okay, so 11 plus 8 is 19. 17 is not greater than or equal to 19. So 8 is not a solution to the inequality. I'd like you to try B, C, D, and E on your own. When you've finished, please check back with Icky. Let's check our answers.
I'm just having a lazy day laying out in the flowers and thought I better continue to help you. With problem B, the answer is yes, 9 is a solution. For C, the answer is no, 6 does not make that true. For D, 10 is not a solution, so the answer is no. For E, 7 is a solution, so yes is the correct answer.
Nine plus 7, 9 plus 7 is greater than 15. That's why it's yes. 22 is less than or equal to 15 plus 6. Well, 15 plus 6 is 21. 22 is not less than 21. For D, 10 minus 4 is 6, and 6 is not less than 6. And then for E, 12 is greater than 5 plus 7, greater than or equal to. 5 plus 7 is 12, and 12 equals 12, so that makes it a true statement. Go ahead and go to your next page, please. All right, real world link here. Louisa works at a gift shop. She receives a bonus if she makes more than 20 balloon bouquets in a month. Which months did Louisa receive a bonus? Use the inequality B is greater than 20, where B represents the number of balloon bouquets made each month to solve. So you can use a guess check to try this, okay? Or you can just look. So here, 25. Is 25 greater than 20? Yes. Is 12 greater than 20? No. Is 18 greater than 20? No. Is 32 greater than 20? Yes. So the only months that she made a bonus were October and July. Okay? All right, it is your turn now. Please do the guided practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then rate yourself on how you feel. Do you understand inequalities or do you still have questions? When you finish, check back in with Icky on your answers. Let's see how you did on your practice.
Okay, I hope you're getting this stuff. Let me give you your answers. For problem 1, the answer is 7. For problem 2, the answer is 16. For problem 3, the answer is no. For 4, the answer is yes. For 5, the answer is Friday and Saturday. For number 6, please just show that one to your teacher. And then don't forget to rate yourself.
Good job so far. Remember, if you got any of these guided practice problems incorrect, please ask your teacher for just a little bit more help. And then go ahead and go to the next page. Now we're going to talk about writing and graphing inequalities. So let's see, what do you think we're going to learn about in this particular lesson? The title pretty much tells us what we're going to be learning. We're going to be learning how to write inequalities and how to graph them. This is also pretty easy stuff. Let's look at the situations below. Circle the numbers that are possible answers in each situation. Jessica spent more than $5 at the arcade. So which answers would make that, are more than 5? Well, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all of those, right? For number 2, less than 6 people rang the bell. That'd be 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. For number 3, there were less than 10 people in line for the Ferris wheel. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For 4, it cost more than 6 tokens to ride the bumper cars. So more than 6 would be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. There are less than 8 lemonade stands. So that'd be 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There are more than 12 different flavors of taffy. So 13, 14, and 15. What patterns do you see in exercises 1 through 6? Let's see. The pattern that I see is that we always circled the numbers to the right or on either side of the number in the problem. So for example, the problem number was 5, and we circled all the numbers this side of 5. This one, we circled all the numbers this side of 6. This one, this side of 10. Do you see that? Okay, go ahead and go to the next. You can write an inequality to represent a situation. It's just like what we did in Unit 4, where we wrote equations using variables. Now we'll be doing inequalities. So you read it first. You must be over 12 years old to ride the go-karts. The key words are over and 12 years old. So we take our words and make a variable, and then we do an inequality. So we write the words, your age is over 12. Pick a variable to describe the age. So A is going to be age. Over is greater than. So we say A is greater than 12. Our inequality looks like that. Pretty easy, right? Let's try another one. A pony is less than 14.2 hands tall. So the words are a pony is less than 14.2. So our variable is going to be the pony, the height of the pony. Less than is our sign. And this is the number that we're less than. So we write P is less than 14.2. Now this is where it gets a little tiny bit tricky. You must be at least 16 years old to have a driver's license. So your age is at least 16 years. A will be our age. Now, what gets tricky is that when you read the word least, you think, oh, that must be less than. But when we say at least, that means that we can be no less than. Like you cannot be less than 16 years old to drive a car, right? You have to be 16 or more, 16, 17, 18. So that at least actually is greater than or equal to. So our inequality is A is greater than or equal to 16. Good work so far. Go ahead and go to the next page. So let's do these problems on your own. You must be older than 13 to play in the basketball league. To use one stamp, your domestic letter must weigh under 3.5 ounces. You must be over 48 inches tall to ride the roller coaster. And you must be at least 18 years old to vote. Press pause now, answer your questions over here, and then check your answers with Icky when you've finished. All right, time to check your answers.
Welcome back. Let's check these answers. Problem A should be A is greater than 13. Problem B, M is less than 3.5. C, H is greater than 48. And D, A is greater than or equal to 18. Remember, you might have chosen different variables than I did, and that's okay. As long as your signs are alright, you are good to go.
Now let's look at how to graph an inequality. Inequalities can be graphed on a number line. Sometimes it's impossible to show all the values that make an inequality true, right? Because they are there's an infinite number of solutions, so you can't write an infinite number of things on a number line. The graph helps you to see all the values that make an inequality true. Graph each inequality on a number line. N is greater than 9. Whenever you see greater than, you use an open dot, like this, okay? That means that 9 is not included in the graph because it says it has to be greater than 9. 9 is not greater than 9, but 9.4 is. So we use an open circle, okay? You can read that here. When inequalities are graphed, open dot means the number is not included, less than or greater than, and a closed dot means it is included, so less than or equal to or greater than it or equal to. This is really important, so you want to put a big star by that. Okay, and the way you graph it is you simply find the number, put the open or the closed circle on the number, and then you graph by drawing a solid line to the right or the left. If it's greater than, we go to the right. That means it's getting bigger. If it's less than, you go to the left. Think L, less than, left. Less is left. That's very important. Okay. For number 5 here, N is less than or equal to 10. We find 10 on the number line. We put a closed-in circle because it has the line underneath, and we go to the left because it's less than. You try E and F, please. A is less than 15, and B is greater than or equal to 7. Press pause now and graph, and then check your answers. Okay, let's see how you did. A is less than or equal to 15, so we find 15 on the number line. It's a less than, it doesn't have a bar underneath, so we use an open circle. It's less than, so we need to go left and draw our line. Okay, for B, B is greater than or equal to 7. So we'll find 7, we'll put a closed-in dot because it's greater than or equal to, and then we go to the right because it's greater than. You can see I made a pretty big graph there. Pretty easy, right? If you're having trouble with these concepts, please ask for a little bit of help. When you're ready, go to the next page. Traffic on a residential street can travel at speeds of no more than 25 miles per hour. That's the speed limit. You cannot go higher than 25 or you'll get a ticket. Write and graph an inequality to describe the possible speeds on the street. S is our speed. The inequality would be S is less than or equal to 25 because you are allowed to drive 25, but you can't go 26. So we say less than or equal to. Since it's got an equal, we put a closed-in circle on 25, and we draw our line to the left. Okay? Please try the following problems on your own. Whoops, I better change that. That's kind of fat, isn't it? Okay, please try problem 1. The movie will be no more than 90 minutes in length. Write the inequality. 2, the mountain is at least 985 feet tall. And then graph these on the number line. For number 5, write and graph an inequality. And then how can graphing an inequality help to solve it? When you're finished, please rate yourself and show this to your teacher. Okay, I'm going to have you actually show these answers too. So I'm not going to give the answers. Show these to your teacher. Okay, bye for now.